Okay, I will. Um, I'm going to, and by the way, I'm done with this question, so it's a good place to move on. I'm going to look for. It's always interesting stuff that comes in here, and sometimes when I'm talking, people have to wave and shout. So uh, the comment in the comment stream is from DFRSS, DeFirst, and the question is, I'm moving to the USA. I find out from somebody else waving their arms from Lithuania. Moving to the USA into Tennessee. Any advice on starting the file from scratch? He's a 28-year-old vet. Um, wow. Well, first of all, welcome home. That's the first thing I will say to you. Uh, if you've been watching these shows, it's certainly it's not for the production values. There's something about this freedom philosophy that resonates with you, and that means that you're an American that was born overseas, and they're my favorite kind of Americans. Uh, my wife is one of those, and many of the finest people I know are people who've come here, and so first of all, welcome, and welcome home, and it's it's going to be an interesting challenge for you. First of all, going to Tennessee, unless you're going to like right in the heart of what is it, Nashville, I guess, or not Nashville. Uh, Tennessee's a pretty conservative state. Um, so so here's let me see if I can give you an idea of the good stuff and the bad stuff. Um, let's start with the bad stuff. Uh, I don't know, but I'd be willing to bet. And Tennessee is not California, uh, but um, you may experience a fair amount of what my wife experienced and continues to experience, and that is that the place is going to be dirtier than you thought. Uh, Again, I can't speak for Tennessee. Every time I leave LA, even to Orange County, I'm astonished at how much cleaner things are when I get out of this county. But coming from Lithuania, you have there's something about the scale of Europe and the fact that it's relatively closely packed and that it's been inhabited for thousands of years. That there's a tidiness and a neatness to Europe, and there was until they decided to open the borders. But there may be times when you're a little you might just be a little shocked at how little we seem to put like city resources into things like just cleaning things up. The politics in this country, no matter where you are, are now just a giant scam. It's just a get rich scheme by and large. It wasn't always this way, but it's getting this way. Um, I think probably your biggest challenge. I didn't get your name, by the way. If you'd like to put it up there, that'd be great. But I think your biggest challenge will likely be um, the fact that there's so many things here that you're responsible for on your own. This is certainly Natasha's impression, and it overwhelms me too. Julius, perfect. Welcome. That's great. What a great name. Hey, I opened the show by talking about the Ides of March, and I said nothing big has happened since then, but now we have another one. Uh, Excellent. Well, welcome home, Julius. So, one thing you may find is that since there's kind of a foundation of freedom here, there there is a lack of supplied structure. Let's put it that way. There is structure that is often present in terms of social programs and details and all kinds of things. Like, for example, if you live in Britain, for example, or France or whatever, you have the national health system there, and that's what it is. You get your card and you go down and you do it. Here, you're going to have, scores of different opportunities to find private health insurance, and you're going to have to figure out which one you want. You're going to have to make the payments every month. You're going to have to deal with the fact that you go down to the doctor's and he's covered, but this other doctor's not on your plan. And then you have this test, and then the test has a $40 copay, and then you do this, and it turns out this is out of your coverage area. So now you have a $90 lab fee to pay, and it's just incredibly tedious and overwhelming. It overwhelms me many times, but nevertheless, this is what freedom is, and some people just can't handle it. That's why they're trying to destroy it. It's a quality of the progressives. It's like it's too much work to be free. It's too much effort. It's pretty much pithy way of expressing it. That's how I feel. I think progressives feel it's just too much effort, too much work to be free. So they'd rather have things done for them at the price of their freedom. So you may find that. I'll tell you one thing I suspect you will find. We'll move on to the good stuff now. I've not been to Lithuania, but I would be very, very surprised if this didn't happen. My expectation and fond hope is that you will just be blown away by how friendly people are. That if you're anything like most Europeans I've met, the friendliness here will be suspicious to you. It'll be something you just can't really credit, that there's got to be some kind of ulterior motive. It took Natasha a long time. She not to notice it. She noticed it instantly when she came to visit. She said, "I've never seen so many people smiling and happy," and that was the biggest compliment you can pay a country, I think. But you may really be surprised at how genuine it is. Oh, okay. Been to the U.S. Several times and shocked by that. That's a good thing to be shocked by, because it's actually real. We're not joking when we say "have a nice day" or "hey, how you doing." We're not. This is the product of having been free and being left alone and not being corralled into camps or having your country invaded. It tends to make you a pretty nice guy. And I know that many Europeans are very, very warm and deep people under the surface, but it takes a long time to build that trust for them. And when they see Americans as openly friendly as most Americans are, it's a bit of a shock. But hopefully it'll be a real pleasant shock. I have a good friend who moved to Georgia from a foreign country. He moved to Georgia about 2 years ago. Used to live in Los Angeles, but he's gone back to America now. And he told me that for the first month of living in Georgia, after living in LA for 35 years, he said, the one thing I never stopped saying during my first months here was, "They let you do that?" That's really it. They let you do that here? Yeah. Again, this offer void in California. But generally speaking, all of this stuff. You definitely want to get yourself a firearm. You're not going to need it. And the reason you're not going to need it is because virtually everybody has firearms. This is the deterrent thing. You're a vet, so this will not be news to you. But I've seen people converted on the shooting range. I've seen people who are either very pro gun control or very, very progressive. Doesn't happen all the time because, first of all, it's hard to get them out there. But when they actually fire a weapon and they see how careful people are, it's a profound experience, and it is I know a lot of people who are watching this show have just tons and tons of guns. We got, I think we're probably 5 in our house, or maybe more, of various calibers and barrel lengths. But in any event, the first time I went to a gun store, purchased a firearm after my mandatory 10-day waiting period, put it in the car and came home, and I was cleaning it and and just, it's sitting on my bed, and I'm just looking at it, and really, and it's a 45 ACP big silver piece of artillery, and puts out a muzzle flash the size of a garbage can lid. But I'm looking at this thing on the bed, and it really is a profound sense of holy cow. This word is so badly mangled, but I don't know what else to use. It is an awesome feeling. It feels just unreal. And for me, just for me, the feeling was not like, oh, it's like, this is a very serious responsibility. This is a very serious responsibility. This is for adults now, you know, and I almost said, I can't believe they let me have it. But then I came back to kind of where, where we try to find ourselves, and saying, who has the right to tell me I can't have it? Who has the right to tell me that? Nobody. So if you're a vet, then you're going to meet a lot of people in Tennessee who you're going to get along with really well. Tennessee is just real solid country, real solid people. It's real America. You'll find a lot of people who are pro-military. I think you'll find a lot of people in Tennessee who have the same attitude as all of us here. And I think you'll really feel at home. And I am looking forward very much to hearing this story. If you can you give me a rough idea when you're going to make the move? Because it's going to be something definitely to look for. But I hope and I expect that you will feel like you're home, that you're among people who understand you viscerally, that because you understand it viscerally. 6 months. Okay. I think there probably won't be a California in 6 months. So you'll have to, when you get ready for the citizenship test, it'll be 49 states, no doubt, by the time you get sworn in. But nevertheless, 8 months, whatever, 6 months, it'll still be a free country in 6 months. And that is something that is really fun to watch. It's fun to watch with Natasha. It was fun when I got her a pistol. And as I've said 100 times, she's a much better shot than I am. She's just deadly good shot. We haven't been shooting a long time, actually. But it's not just like, hey, now I can have a gun. It's like, that's not it. It's much deeper than that. Oh, I'm in America, now I can own a gun. It's like, no, you're in America, now you are responsible for your own life, your own safety, and the safety of your family, and the safety of your neighbors. And you have a sacred obligation to not use that weapon other than in the cause of good. I know it sounds Boy Scouty, but that's pretty much my sensation of it. It's like I have now in my hands lethal force. Lethal force. And this is the sensation I had when I was looking at the gun the first time. I realized I now have lethal force, lethal power in my hands. And it wasn't just a question of you got to do the right thing, and it wasn't just a question of, oh wow. Here's really what it was. It was a sense that you're a grown up now. It's like, when I was a child, I acted as a child, but it came time to put away childish things. You have this freedom to be autonomous. You have this freedom to be an individual. Whoa. What the hell was that? I thought it was a power outage, but my phone just went buzzy. Come back. Come on. Hang on. I got partial lightage here. Hang on a minute. I think somehow, let's get that way too, let's get it a little bluer, please. This thing hasn't seen This one light is not talking to the network. I wonder if that light went bad. Anyway, now I'm warm on one side and last chance. Let's see if this doesn't work or not. No, it appears to be on its own. Yep. Hang on one second, just because it's going to bother me enormously. Let's see here. So one of the lights got knocked off. Aha. Got him. Okay, we're back. I think this is my hue light controller, which I love. I love the hue lights. I love the ability to just dial in any color temperature I like. They're very, very cool, especially for the house. And I think if you've ever had a smartphone, you've pocket dialed or you've butt dialed people, just combination of pressure against the screen. You make a phone call to somebody. I think I just butt dialed my light control switch. So I felt a buzzing and then it got dark. I thought, ooh, okay. Anyway, so this, Julius, honestly, this is the kind of thing that just makes my job wonderful, and the quality of the people I surround myself with is just amazing. Not the people who are watching this show, needless to say, but I'm talking about my celebrity friends, good-looking people I hang out with. But seriously, it's great to hear that you're coming, and I have no doubt also, by the way, that there will be people from the BillWhittle.com crowd in your area, and we'd love to hang out. I know that the gang had a little hangout last night. A bunch of Strato loungers and Aurora Republic citizens, Captain Jax and Merlin and Foghorn and a couple of others, and I'm sorry if I forget the names, but yeah, they just get together and had a good time, beer and pizza. Sounds like fun. We're all very lonely, and we have lots of free time. All right, so let's have a look here. Time, yeah, I'm going to do maybe one or two more. Call it a day or a night.